fellow humans. My name is Sweetaffy and welcome to Block Ramble, where I talk about blocks, of course, and I show you some combinations using those blocks, some palettes using those combinations, and then some builds using those palettes. It's like I got a system or something. So today, we're talking about Prismarine, specifically the block variety. Specifically, the brick variety, you fool. Although, honestly, I adore all of them. So, I have been so excited for this episode. Like, I love Prismarine. Like, nearly as much as, like, you know, my beloved moss and calcite. Not quite as much, but, you know, it's close. It's up there. The only drawback with Prismarine is the acquisition. Because as much as I love these blocks, I don't like how you get them. And so I don't really use them in survival because getting them requires ocean monuments and the scary laserfish, and I am a coward and I don't like laserfish. No thank you. Or drowned, because you can get like the raw Prismarine, I guess, in those like ancient, there's like drowned ruin things, whatever, drowned town. Very rarely do I get my hands on these blocks in survival, but in creative mode, where, you know, I am a god in pixel form, well, that's a different story. So before we begin, you know, showing you the combinations and the palettes and whatnot, I want to tell you why I love, you know, the bricks in specific. Because, like, they're like one of my favorite colors, and they've got like the most interesting shape, I think, for bricks. Sky, why are you like this? Anyway, like, I think it's kind of cute that they're like scales, because, you know, you get them from the monuments with the laserfish, so they're like fish scales. I don't know. But yeah, they're just neat because it's not like the normal rectangular bricks like everything else. I like funky things that are in weird shapes and weird colors and whatnot. Let's get on to the stuff that you guys actually want to see, I guess. Maybe. Hopefully. Otherwise, like, why are you here? Go watch someone fun. So, first up, we have yellow terracotta. And I know it's kind of a weird one. Like, out of all the blocks that I could have started this off with, it's this. But, I don't know, I love this combination. I used a similar mixture of the terracotta and oxidized copper in one of my survival worlds, and, like, my starter base was the cutest thing ever. And the base, or the building that I made using this combination as part of its palette, it's the cutest thing ever. And I am, like, so excited to show you guys. But, yeah. It's just... terracotta is, like, relatively equal noise-wise. I mean, the brick does have, like, the lines and stuff, which makes it a bit busier, and, like, it is a little bit busier, but they balance nicely, I think. And there's the whole contrast between, like, warm and cool. And I think that the yellow terracotta is, like, this really nice color that's, like, bright enough that it sort of warms up the Prismarine in a way, as opposed to, like, overpowering it like all the other yellows. Like, this was just something that I noticed when I was, like, you know, trying to figure out what do I think looks best with Prismarine. And all the other yellows are, like, really overpowering, and then the yellow terracotta, it's just got like that little hint of orange, and it's just enough to kind of not overpower the Prismarine, I guess. I don't know, maybe I sound crazy. Probably sound crazy. But that's okay. But, like, it's just the builds that I make using them, they're so cheerful and cute, and it's a good combination. I really suggest y'all try it. Okay, on to the next one. So up next, we have normal bricks. Again, it's like that warm and cool, and like honestly, if I can get away with using bricks in a build, I will, because they're just such a good block. In this case, they're both like man-made, like they're bricks. They're not something that you find in nature, so using them together, it really gives like a, I don't know, like a modern or like industrious kind of, I don't know, it's really hard to explain this one. I guess it's just more of like a feeling for me, but I don't know, I like the fact that they're both like obviously made by human hands or whoever built the monuments, and it just kind of, I don't know, gives it a sort of theme. Whatever. It's a good combination, it's cute. Brick looks good with like so many things, and like, yeah, it's good stuff. And up next we have copper, specifically the oxidized copper. The newer copper looks alright, but I'm not a big fan of them together. But oxidized copper, they're like perfect. Just absolutely perfect for texturing. Like, they're so close in color and texture, and they're just so nice together that like I had to put this as a combination. I really don't have a lot to say other than copper works really nicely for texturing, or I guess you could, if you were using Prisma bricks for like a flooring, you could do some pretty neat designs using the different, like the cut and the just normal copper blocks. I just had to bring them up. And now on to our fourth combination. We have a quartz. Again, like brick, it's just one of those blocks that if I can get away with using it, I'm gonna get away with using it. And I think that quartz and Prismarine in specific, they're just perfect together. They're just absolutely gorgeous. 10 out of 10, just so pretty. And like, I don't know, just looking at like these two bricks together, it just makes something in my brain, like, and I see ancient ruins, or like a pure white castle with prismarine roofs, or I don't know, there are just like so many possibilities. And like, it's not just like quartz and prismarine bricks. I mean, like, it's the dark prismarine and like just normal prismarine. Like, okay, normal prismarine is like so pretty. I wish there were more blocks that went well with it. It's like specifically hard for me to find blocks that I like with prismarine, but like, it's so cool. It changes color, and like, I love this stuff so much. So much. Oh no. There we go. For my next combination, we have sandstone with the Prisma bricks, and I don't know, this seems like a really obvious combination to me, just because like you find, you know, sand in the ocean, and then you find the ocean monuments. So like they're naturally occurring together because you get smooth sandstone from sand after a few steps. But like they're a really nice combination because, you know, sandstone's like this nice quiet color, so it really makes the prismarine pop. It doesn't like pull much attention away from it, but it's like I would probably use sandstone as like a main block and then use prismarine as an accent, although I don't think I did that in any of today's builds. No, I did not, but you know. And like they're nice. And like even texture wise they're pretty similar. Like if you just imagine some lines here, they're really close, so there's like no like noise interference or whatever between the textures. And it's a nice, somewhat boring combination, but like I think it's like a really good foundation combination, sort of. Like you could really build a palette off these two. And like very rarely do you make a build that's like only two bricks. You usually, or 2 blocks, I mean, you usually like add other things here and there for texturing. Like if I were doing a sandstone walls, I'd probably use, say, birchwood, maybe some dripstone at the bottom, like if I were doing a gradient, and you could add some copper to the Prisma bricks. And so yeah, it's a nice foundation for a palette. And like that's kind of what I hope all of these bricks are. Like maybe not the copper, just because that's more of a texturing thing. But like with all of them, you know, use the combinations to make palettes, and you make the palettes into builds. Yeah. Moving on to our last combination, and like always, I try to pick one of the wood types that I think works nice with it. And dark oak and prismarine I think is like absolutely gorgeous. Also, it reminds me of like mint chocolate desserts, like mint chocolate chip ice cream or something. And like dark oak is like such a beautiful, like rich brown. I'm not really a fan of the doors and trapdoors. I think they're pretty boring. But like using like dark oak as like a border or a trim around prismarine, like they're a really good match. And it's probably my favorite match out of all the different types of woods. Okie dokie. So, for our first palette, we've got, you know, the 3 prismarines. We've got some birchwood, some quartz, some blackstone bricks. We've got magenta terracotta, purple terracotta, and the crimson stem, the stripped stuff. I didn't add the sandstone because it's just like a handful of blocks here and there in this one. Anyway, yeah. So this is just like a cute little pavilion thingy. It's got a funky path. I guess it's like a weird it sort of makes me think futuristic or like alien. It's just got like a funky wavy wall and some flowers and bushes, and it's just a simple little thing. I don't always make giant towers and things, but you know. Sometimes cute pavilions are nice. But yeah, I gave it a funky floor using like all sorts of different things. Kind of part of it is like to imply that, you know, it gets used a fair bit for whatever purpose, and also because I love funky floors. Now we've got a little bit of texturing in the roof here and there. just different kinds of sandstone and planks and birch logs and a lot of fences and trapdoors. Or fence gates, sorry. And like even down here, I kind of added a bit of a foundation. And yeah, I don't know. It's just a cute little gazebo-y thing. And up next, we've got this palette, and it's for this little brick house over here. So we've got a couple kinds of sandstone, a couple kinds of prismarine. We've got our bricks and our dark oak. We've got some oak, some deep slate tiles, and some of the end stone bricks. So I'll just do a quick little circle away. I decided not to include the palette for the blocks used in the palette, because that would have made it a very big palette. Yeah, the path is just rooted dirt, coarse dirt, and some dripstone. And it's got like a little garden area back here. And I forgot to close the door. And just like, now here's the copper texturing. I decided not to include that again because it's just texturing. This cute little, I guess, additional section to the house. Maybe it was added later on, or I don't know. Or that might be the original roof and this is the new stuff. Who knows? But yeah, I love using deep slate tile as shingles. Like, I think it's absolutely perfect for shingles. And yeah, we're using the end stone as foundation, the dark prismarine is like decorative stuff, dark oak in the windowsills, and yeah. We come in here and got a little carpet and a copper couch. So why not? Just a little living room area, and you got your kitchen with a lot of your different furnaces and things, and you got your brewing stand and your crafting table, and a little sort of, guess this is your dining table, whatever. Barrels for cupboards, and this is the bedroom. It's just a tiny little thing. And yeah, I thought this was like a really cute floor, just using the dark prismarine and smooth sandstone. I don't know, I liked it. Oh yeah, and we got a little closet here. No, armor stand to put your hat and your coat and whatnot. And a couple of barrels for storage. Another armor stand. And you go up these stairs here, and this is your enchanting area, and you got your anvil and your grindstone hidden away, and another jukebox, because why not? I had a little problem with symmetry up here, kind of tried to fix it up as best I could. And fence gates for a not very good railing. Oh, and a cute little clothesline, because I like adding little details like that. And a nice prismarine sort of patio area, or like, I guess just a pad area. Yeah. It's just a cute little brick house. I really like it. It's vaguely based off of this one house that I used to pass on the way to Grandma's house. Yeah. Okay, so for this third palette, I'm like super excited because again, this is the yellow terracotta house. And like, I don't know why I added the glow lichen there, except I do use a fair bit of glow lichen in this build. So yeah, we've got 2 types of prismarine, the brick and the dark prismarine. We got our copper for the roof because it's used a bit more heavily here than in the other build. Like half the roof is copper at that point. We've got our warped wood, some dark oak, brick and granite, and some acacia wood. And it's this beauty over here. I know it might look a little strange, I don't know. I love it so much. I like really love the contrast between the yellow terracotta and brick, and the contrast between yellow terracotta and everything. But yeah, it's just a cute little place. Lots of bushes and flowers and warped wood shutters. And glow lichen. I think it kind of gives like this appearance of like peeling paint or like plaster. And like with the kind of uneven brick, granite, and terracotta layer, it's almost like, you know, the plaster that makes it yellow is slowly coming apart, flaking off. I don't know, I like it. Little garden, some wonky little porchy areas. So this would be the front door, and again, nice like patio tile outside area. Come in here and it's pretty small, but you know, you got some storage and stuff. You got your like a little kind of kitchen area, your stone cutter thing. And then we come up here and it's actually the smithing tables or whatever they're called, but I think they make a really nice floor. I like love the texture for the top of them. And then you just got your bed here. Gonna sleep the night away because it's scary outside. And yeah, just this build. And like again, I use like an awful lot of copper and Prisma bricks here, and I just love them. And some glow lichen to light it up. But yeah, I don't know, I just absolutely adore this house. 10,000% would live in a house like this if they made them around here. Alrighty. For our last palette, okay, yeah. For our last palette, we've got the 3 types of Prismarine. We've got some quartz, and then honestly, it's kind of like this build is split in half. So you've got your quartz and your Prismarine, and then we've got our moss, our dark oak, sandstone, tuff, and dripstone. And it's this thing here. And in my last episode, I said that that thing was supposed to kind of be like a water temple-y kind of thing. But I feel like this is a water temple done right and not frozen. But I am in love. Also, I put axolotls into it because I wanted to see if they'd have fun. Axolotls and heights are not a good combination. It was supposed to be a cute thing, and it ended up being the stuff of nightmares. So, you know, don't put axolotls in your builds. So yeah. It's just like, you know, some nice archways and pillars and things. Got a whole bunch of different blocks in your floor. Got sandstone, the dark prismarine, Prisma bricks, and then quartz borders. We go up these stairs here, and we walk through the waterfall. And we go up this, and we're at this weird altar-y thingy with a trident and candles and axolotls. And then a couple of custom trees. kind of gives the feeling like this place is old, and they are growing here, kind of breaking through the border. But I had a lot of fun. I say fun, it was kind of frustrating while I was working on it, but just trying to get the water to cooperate. But I think I did alright here. And the platforms are kind of cute and like heart-shaped. And how did you get here? Oh no! I'll let them out later. But yeah, just, you know, waterfalls from the floating islands up here, which I'm pretty proud of. I like the kind of gradient that they've got going on between like the moss, the dirt, rooted dirt, dripstone, tuff, normal stone. I didn't include all those blocks because I felt they didn't really appear too often. So yeah, you got some weird like magical pool here. Oh, and another custom tree. And yeah. Water drips down from here. Falls all the way down into that thing, which then splits up. Just gonna free the axolotls. And then where are my stairs? Doo-doo-doo. No. There we go. But yeah, I really like this build. Oh, hush, I'll deal with you later. I really like this build. I'm much happier with the way this one turned out than that thing over there. And I had a lot of fun terraforming the islands and the trees and things, and yeah. I don't know, I think it's pretty and fun and kind of cool to encounter this out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. Well, there you have it, folks. Today's block was the Prismarine brick, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I absolutely adore this block, and, you know, I hope y'all use it in more of your builds. And, yeah. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. Do the whole liking and subscribing thing. You got any requests for builds or blocks? Let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to do it. And, yeah. See you next time, guys.